Yeah.
Do you block people ever?
No, I've muted some people. Now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
The Blake Lively brand loses its reputation more each time I go on the internet.
Reputation, just reputation. That's what I listen to.
A new interview where Blake is being dismissive of the interviewer comes out. An old clip of her being rude to her Gossip Girl castmates goes around on TikTok. She's trying to sell her products while promoting a movie that is basically about domestic violence. So now, a big portion of the internet is against her and they cannot find anything to defend her. But is this really who Blake is? Has she always been this way, or is this a novelty? Let's analyze.
How did Blake Lively get her name?
My grandmother's brother was named Blake,
Oh.
but he was murdered. So thanks for asking, Google.
She's so dark.
The beginning of the end happened during the press run for the It Ends With Us movie based on the Colleen Hoover book. Even though the book and the movie look like a romance at first sight, it actually deals with themes of domestic violence and emotional abuse. And you would think the lead actress of the movie would act accordingly. Watch what she says when an interviewer asks a pretty sensitive question about the audience who would resonate with the themes of the movie.
So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could
Now watch how the lead actor and director of the movie, Justin Baldoni, talks about the film.
What comes to mind isn't so much about the work that went into it, but about the why behind it. If a Lily Bloom in real life can sit in this theater and maybe make a different choice for herself than was made for her. Maybe she sees herself on that screen and chooses something different for herself. That's why I made the movie.
I mean, do you see the difference? Some people would call that tone deaf, and this clip doesn't prove them wrong either.
Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
Tell me, is this the right way to promote a movie about domestic violence? The entire promo tour for this movie was a mess. While people are talking about how involved Blake and even her husband Ryan have been in the movie, Blake revealed that she cannot be an actor without being a producer. I don't understand this. I thought being an actor was her main job.
Well, I'm not the type of actor who can act without producing, you know? Like, you can't just put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform.
And then there's this whole deal with Brandon Sklenar, one of her castmates from the movie. At one red carpet event, Blake, Brandon, and Ryan were posing for the cameras, and then Blake brought Brandon's girlfriend into the picture. Just watch Brandon's face.
Everyone together for love.
It's hard to interpret this, to be honest. For one, perhaps the girlfriend and Brandon did not want to pose for a picture together. Maybe they wanted to keep their relationship more private. Was it really Blake's job to intervene and bring the girlfriend into the picture? On the other hand, I can see it as a kind and thoughtful act. The verdict is yours on this one. Do tell me in the comments. This was not the only issue with Brandon. It seems like Brandon doesn't really like Blake. In one interview, you can see this more clearly.
What made it so easy to fall in love on screen?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, we didn't really talk about it.
You could tell her.
I mean, I could tell you it's...
You could say like really nice things.
I'm just a really good actor, you know? I'm a really good actor. Everything was really challenging with Blake.
He had a mirror. It was weird. It was off camera.
I'm gonna be showing you a final clip related to Blake's behavior during the It Ends With Us press tour, and then we will be going back in time to Blake's old interviews where you'll see that this isn't in any way new behavior.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm gonna put it here because it doesn't go with my outfit, but I will wear it later.
To me, it's just a bracelet. It won't ruin your whole outfit, but I guess she doesn't feel the same way. The biggest drama came out of an interview with Kirsty Flaa, a Norwegian reporter who sat down with Blake Lively and Parker Posey during the press run for the movie Cafe Society. Right before that, Blake had actually just announced her pregnancy to the public, so the interviewer congratulated her as any normal person would do. But what did Blake say?
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
What makes this even harder to watch is knowing that Kirsty was actually struggling with infertility during that time, so hearing that comment was like a nightmare for her. Yet in the rest of the interview, she kept her calm and respectful demeanor and continued asking her questions, even though you could see that she was nervous. Blake and her co-star, on the other hand, acted like Kirsty wasn't even there and just talked to each other almost for the entire interview.
I'm saying his wardrobe was beautiful.
I know,
Corey's
everybody.
wardrobe was
I know.
gorgeous.
He's
Those
so
high-waisted pants.
He's so great.
I would wish men
And
wore
sorry,
high-waisted
too.
pants
I
like
know.
that still.
Me
Or
too.
their father with his tank top in
Oh,
bed.
it's so
Just
good.
like it's just like
Did you
that.
catch
You could
the,
feel
the
it.
tablecloth on the light in the Italian restaurant when they eat spaghetti?
And this is how the interview ended.
Isn't always who they actually are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Did you see that eye roll? Kirsty didn't publish this interview until years later, and she managed to find the right time, to be honest. She said that she was recently contacted by another reporter who went through a similar situation, and that's why she decided everyone should see the interview. We don't know if this other reporter also had a nightmarish interview with Blake Lively, but Kirsty is pretty clear about how she experienced that mean girl energy from Blake.
Like, experience that mean girl energy from someone, or you felt left out or bullied. Most of the time this happens when we're younger, but as you can see from this video, it does happen when you're grown.
It seems like Blake has a problem with talking about her pregnancies because this was her reaction to Seth Meyers a few years back.
You have a baby at home, and you have a baby on the way. Congratulations.
What makes you say that?
I feel like overall, Blake has a style of humor that is very challenging to understand whether she's joking or making a snide remark.
Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
He's got a few of them.
Come on, it was a joke.
Or usually, it feels like she makes jokes at the wrong time.
Wait, please say hi to Stephanie, it's my girlfriend. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you so much. You should leave him.
One thing is very clear though, she makes people uncomfortable.
Doesn't happen. You know, at the end of the first season, I was like, okay, well, what happens now? But we have a few more characters already in the beginning of the first season that come in and mess up our lives even more. We start in the Hamptons, which is a staple of New York socialites that you haven't yet seen. And, you know, we've all kind of dated each other, so we have to date more people or each other's parents, and I don't know.
Let the clip run. She strangles her. We'll be right back after this dirty mouth moment.
Here's another example. And here's another. As someone whose native language isn't English and who learned the language basically by watching American shows, Gossip Girl has an important place in my life. I was a Blair girly forever, never liked Serena that much, but I could never put my finger on it. Years later, I'm learning that Leighton Meester and Blake Lively were not best friends unlike their characters. I learned they didn't get along well. In 2017, the show's executive producer talked about their relationship and he said this: "They were friendly, but they were not friends like Serena and Blair. Blake is very much in the moment. Blake knows what's happening." Leighton was very removed and very quiet. After her scenes were done, she would wander the stage. I think this explains the last clip I showed you. Leighton does not like to be the center of attention as opposed to Blake, who has that desire. Some people have also gotten the feeling that Blake likes to boss people around. Is this clip another proof of that? To me, it's just a woman reminding her husband to be thoughtful of fans who recognize them, but I can't see how some people would see this as controlling and strategic. What do you think?
Well, I met Blake. I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And and thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. We got the body language experts analyzing this right now. How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.